the start recording button.
I'm recording, I think. Hang on a second.
Testing.
There we go.
Recording.
Hello, testing.
Sibilant.
The levels do seem low. The levels do seem low on this.
Yeah.
Really?
That's alright. I can fix it in post.
We'll fix it in post.
Or some. I think that's what they say, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Did I do a good job on the sound last week?
I thought it sounded fine.
Yeah, it was good.
Okay, good.
I think that you were considerably more concerned with it than anyone else.
I think you were, yeah. All I really cared is that you didn't use the backup track, because the backup track always sounds crappy.
That is true.
Yes,
it does.
honey. Can you have what? Sure. You gonna go upstairs and finish watching your movie? Yeah. Okay.
Is that a sound bar you have up there above your television? Greg?
No, that's a heat pump.
Oh, okay.
The sound bar's below the television.
All right. Could be. They should really make like a hybrid device where it's both.
Yeah, a heat pump / sound bar. I agree. Yeah.
This seems like a big seller.
Seller.
All right.
What's going on?
My daughter's just leaving. She's going upstairs.
All right, ready to do a clap?
Sure.
Let's do it.
I'm always ready for the clap.
One.
That's the only one that caught on to what CJ's risky gambit.
3, 2, 1. That's good.
Yeah? Okay.
That's good.
Okay.
Hello and welcome to episode 420, the Player One podcast.
Just like my Xbox Live username, gamer tag.
Whimsical Phil 420.
Cloud Goku 420.
Awesome.
Actually, lowercase x, capital X, lowercase x, Cloud Goku 420, lowercase x, capital X.
Remember last week when Phil wasn't here?
Lowercase x.
This episode is for Monday, November 24th, 2014. I'm your host, Chris Johnston. Thoroughly enjoying his beverage there is Mr. Phil Theobald. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us this week.
Well, I'm back. I'm healed, and
You stopped all the downloading?
I did. I'm all set for action.
Yeah. How'd you hurt your ribs? What happened?
You know what? I pulled a muscle in them. Strangely,
Who knew you even had any muscles there?
Well, or anywhere,
Yeah.
except for wink.
Another treat for the YouTube crowd.
I pulled a muscle like right on my
Pulls a muscle
side.
twice a day.
And pain. And if I moved my arm, the pain intensified. And if I coughed, it was like getting stabbed in my side and have the knife twisted for about 2 or 3 seconds.
Wow.
Had I not been suffering from a big allergic reaction at the time, so I spent about a week coughing constantly.
Oh,
So
that'll do it.
I was in constant pain. Which, you know what? I'm sure there are plenty of listeners out there delighting in the fact that
It's really like any recording session of this show.
Not just listeners, Phil.
Yeah.
I'm in constant pain for an hour and a half to 2 hours every week.
Some people on this very show love the idea of you in constant pain.
420 episodes, I suppose.
You know at least
I
one
deserve
user
it.
that likes that.
My
Yeah.
my
All right.
my Wii U just told me that Super Smash Brothers is now available. Did anyone know that?
Where?
It freaks me out when the Wii U screen pops on with an ad. I'm never ready.
Well, you bought the with ads version of the Wii U, right?
Apparently.
Yeah.
Was that the cheaper version of the console?
No, it's the same.
One day that little screen's gonna pop on, and it'll just be Iwata calling everyone to
You know what would be
arms.
the greatest thing ever? Make it so that little screen pops on and it's just a close-up of Iwata's eyes looking at you. Like, just no information whatsoever. It's just staring at you.
Yeah.
That would be freaky.
And joining me from Canada, land of the free? I don't know. Anyway.
Free?
Mr. Greg.
Land of 1,000 Lakes is the name.
Right.
Yeah.
Hello, Greg.
Hello!
Doing his best Jim J. Bullock.
Just because I love seeing Mike smile. That's all.
It's so rare.
Are we doing
I'll
like a
tell you,
Hollywood
I
Squares
really.
thing?
What I don't appreciate is early in the episode when you guys were making those dick jokes, because it's not like I'm 28 years old anymore and like dick jokes.
Yeah,
What the hell did that mean? Did that mean?
I don't
mean
even
that
know.
Dick jokes are a young man's game,
I
or
think-
was he trying to imply that he was old because he was 28? Because let me tell you,
No, Kevin.
I've been enjoying a good dick
God.
joke since before that guy had a dick. So
All right, from the great state of Utah, Mr. Mike Phillips,
hi,
needing no introduction.
really?
Anyway.
It's a good thing because you never have one.
That's true. At least not for the past, 25 to 50 episodes.
True story.
Yeah. So, hey,
Hmm?
how you guys doing?
So good.
Fine.
So nobody here bought the Master Chief Collection, which is
I did
No.
I did. I don't have the system.
I bought it piecemeal over the last 13 years.
Because 343 is having some troubles with the matchmaking in that game. It is apparently still broken after they put out the first patch that was supposed to repair the issues with that game. Still broken.
It is 2014.
I do expect this kind of thing from a company like Sony, whereas Microsoft, as a software and networking company, will never have these problems with Xbox Live.
Very pretty.
Yeah, is Drive Club's still broken, right?
I think so.
I haven't tried it in so long, I don't even know anymore.
Yeah, I love.
I'll tell you though, if you want to start your day off right, as I did today, tune into the Major Nelson podcast to get your update on what's going on with the Halo Master Chief Collection, which apparently, according to Major Nelson, is experiencing a few problems in matchmaking.
a few.
So yeah, so like along the lines of the Iraqi, Minister of Information.
It's just continuing the trend. This is the year of the broken game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with Drive Club, it amuses me because I liked their page on Facebook for some reason, so I get from them.
Great.
They have hey, the new content drop is happening. There's going to be some new cars, and we're really sorry about the continuing server problems that plague. It's great. Yeah.
Luckily,
I'm surprised
the
that
Halo
you didn't buy
games-
the Halo thing, CJ.
Yeah.
I probably will at some point.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Like the Halo stuff is not really known for its online play though, so that's kind of like a
That's
secondary
true, yeah.
function. So we don't.
You can skip the multiplayer and nobody will care.
Yeah. It's not really.
I'm wondering if as this goes on, if they will do a Black Friday deal on that game or something and try to get people back once they finally fix it. So
Wouldn't that piss off the people who bought it full price though? A Black Friday deal. Like how long has the game been out by Black Friday? 3 weeks.
yeah, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Microsoft will
Well,
do anything. Almost
You know,
anything.
though, those early adopters get the advantage to play it early. They get to enjoy the
That's
game before anyone else gets to enjoy
You get to
the
enjoy
game.
the broken version of the game, which honestly, once they fix it, you'll never get to play that again.
Yeah,
Well, look,
so
these people were warned in advance by reviewers that this game was going to have these problems.
uh-oh.
I don't think so.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
Jim J. Bullock said so. That was, God, I should not keep admitting that I listen to podcasts that just piss me off. But that was one of my favorite parts of the recent Rebel FM when they were talking about games that are broken on release and how sometimes they're unsure whether or not they should give them the benefit of the doubt. And the reviews editor for Polygon said, some publishers insist on you giving them the benefit of the doubt. And I thought,
what?
Really?
Wouldn't all publishers insist on you giving them?
Yeah, like why wouldn't they just say you should give our game a 9.5?
I want the letter from Sony or somebody that says, "Listen, tear us apart."
Yeah. we will never fix these server issues in time.
We know there's some. Here's everything that's wrong. Make sure you include it in your review.
Yeah.
That's never going to happen. No. But Polygon can take numbers off their score, right?
Yeah.
Didn't somebody else do that? I think somebody else did that as well this time for Master Chief.
There was I forget what other I want to say maybe even Kotaku. Didn't Kotaku stop scoring their games?
They did, and they apparently changed their embargo policy too, which I like.
And there was another outlet, and I wish I could remember which now, that I believe they released the review, but they didn't score it because they didn't get to play online.
Yeah,
or something like that.
So
that's good. I mean,
I
would
think
rather
Polygon with Smash Brothers, but Master Chief Collection, they went ahead and
it was
do
Polygon.
that.
That's right. I'm sorry.
Polygon with Smash Brothers, which why the hell did you? I guess it's because the online mode in Smash Brothers wasn't available to journalists at all.
Yeah. So we'll keep including on review of the online mode of the game. When the publisher sets it up on a LAN service with 4 people, and
right,
but not if we can't play it at all. So that's good. I mean, I do agree with that. If they couldn't play it at all, then they shouldn't score it because that's going to be.
I agree with that. Do you think there should be 2 scores for games like this, where one is the offline experience, one for the online? I see a shaking head.
I don't think so.
No, just one.
No. Yeah.
Well, what about in cases of Halo Master Chief Collection, where since the online is broken, Polygon puts it down to a 6, but the offline game still it's Halo, it's the 4 Halos. Greg?
Yeah, but it's still you're paying $60 for one product. The fact that it has those 2 different modes, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still think it gets 1 review, 1 score.
You're paying $60 for one product.
Yeah.
And that one product is still broken.
Yep.
That's true.
Working the way it should. So.
Yes.
Yeah. It's so weird.
Book's not a very good movie, but the soundtrack is fantastic. So let's give that movie 2 scores.
Yeah. What did you? Were you going to say something, Mike?
I was going to compliment you, so it's a good thing I got interrupted because I changed my mind. No, you guys did a really good job talking about all of this stuff and the embargo stuff last week. I thought cast was excellent and the show was good. That's all. Just a little listener feedback. I mean, aside from the 28-year-old dick joke thing, and Kevin Larrabee liking all things that are terrible. He in his A/B testing, he left out a significant category: people who have never seen a Fast and Furious movie. And
no, that puts you in the B group.
It does.
Having not seen it is equal to disliking it.
Okay.
Oh no.
See, I think the better litmus test for his, whether you're going to think something's funny or not, which was sort of where you originally started, was Brian Regan or Louis C.K. I think you choose between those 2, and that gives you an idea of where you fall on the comedy spectrum.
Has Brian Regan done any shows since the 80s?
No, but people still love that guy because he doesn't swear.
I'm trying to. I got to look this guy up again. The name sounds vaguely familiar.
Oh, you'll know him.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
If you used to watch Comedy Central when they actually aired stand-up.
Oh, that guy?
See, obviously you fall into the other camp.
Yeah, you're in the Louis C.K. camp.
That's
Welcome to the fold.
Mike's theory.
I'm going to go Louis.
I only heard
Are we losing him?
No, we know where he is.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Microsoft is awarding early adopters of the Xbox One because the 1-year anniversary just happened. So they're giving people a free theme.
What?
Gamer score picture. Yeah, it's amazing. Okay. And for everybody else, if you're an Xbox Live Gold subscriber, you get to play Sunset. You got to, well, I should say this in the past since it'll be over by the time this episode's out. They gave out Sunset Overdrive free for 24 hours.
You mean they let you play it free for 24 hours?
Let you play it free. That's right, the full game. Although you also have to download it, so it may take you a couple hours of the 24.
They let you play it for free for 4 hours.
And then there was a patch. There was a couple gig patch.
I do like the. I mean, all of this stuff is cool, and it's nice that they're doing it. I just love the awkward timing of that. It's while the game that people want to play is completely busted, and it's like you can't play Halo multiplayer. We do have a free theme for you, however, so I hope that will potentially assuage any of your misgivings.
Not even for people who bought the system, like, in the last month. These are for early adopters only. So if you bought the system for the Master Chief Collection,
you don't even get a theme?
Nope. You didn't earn it. You didn't earn it.
That's harsh.
They dropped the price by $150. We earned that theme, my friend.
What are the chances, by the way, that when January rolls around, there will be stories on Kotaku and whatever else saying Microsoft announces price increase for Xbox One? That's what I really want to see.
I don't believe that at all.
That would be awesome. They can't raise the price back up.
It'll be the promo. Let's see if they do. I'm sure they won't.
That is madness. They can't do that.
No.
They'll just remove all the free games that they were giving out.
Yeah, exactly.
They could do that.
The system will stay cheap and all the bundles will disappear.
Controllers sold separately.
HDMI cable
comes with an RF switch.
And one of the ET cartridges we dug up last week.
Should we talk about that? We'll
free games.
Did everyone watch that? Did everyone watch that?
I watched it.
Where can
I have not watched it yet.
I don't know if you can watch it outside of the Xbox or not.
Well, I think then that answers your question.
Okay.
Xbox Video. Yes.
Yeah.
It's free.
Okay.
What do you think?
Was it worth the price?
It was definitely worth the price.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
I feel like I paid just the right amount for it.
Oh boy.
It's funny because back when all this happened, I remember saying like I would rather that they tell the story of the game itself, and obviously they were talking to Howard Scott Warshaw, and that would be a much more interesting, to me anyway, a much more interesting story because it does sort of
because it's actually a story,
right? Yeah. And it does sort of speak to what is a very important point in the history of the game industry in America, with ET and just sort of the hubris of Atari and the terrible decisions that were being made. And I have to say that the documentary actually, the bulk of the time is spent on that. So it's not bad. And they talk to some really, interesting people.
The bulk of an hour-long documentary, but
yeah, it's not very long, but
it's not long.
The thing is that
to me they set it up like an extended I Love the '80s episode where you have people commenting on Atari in the '80s who weren't there. And then you also have Howard Scott Warshaw and like one Time Warner executive.
Well, no, I would.
What does Michael Ian Black think about?
No. I would even say that the people that they had on there weren't. Well, at least some. They had Mike Micah on there. Mike Micah is totally what you're talking about when you're talking about game history.
I think Mike Micah is great, and his contribution to the documentary was really good. I thought
you got to watch what's his name drive around in his DeLorean.
Yeah, why is the author of Ready Player One driving around with E.T. in a DeLorean and visiting George R.R. Martin?
Is this a scene from Retro City Rampage? I feel like it is.
See, that's the thing. It's like I take probably about 50% of the content from this was actually worth watching, and the rest of it, like scenes like that, are just so completely not worth doing. And the dig itself is such a non-event. And it's sad that it's the core of the whole documentary because. It just
they do try to.
He does.
They are clearly trying to get some tension out of it. Like, are they going to find it or aren't they?
You know what?
Which is just God damn it.
Know that they were there in the first place.
Right.
But that's my favorite part, and I tweeted about this last night when I was watching it because It's like they kept using the words legend and
myth.
urban legend and myth as they were showing images of newspaper clippings saying that Atari had buried them.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm watching. I was like, do I just not understand what the phrase urban legend means? Like, have I been wrong all these years? Because you're showing me proof of this myth.
You
Like, "Dad,
you
it's
really
right
want to
there on
have
the screen.
a lot of documented proof for your urban legends. I mean, if you're gonna
Funny.
if you're gonna put the baby in the microwave to dry it off after the bath, you really want to have a paper trail so people can
The
go
urban
back
legend would
and
be E.T. wakes up in a
refer to that if
bathtub full of
need be.
ice without his kidneys.
Yes.
That's how that one goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
yeah.
To me, actually, the more interesting part of the documentary is to me, the urban legend is that, you know, the million cartridges they put in the desert were all ET, which has been debunked now. They're a little bit of everything.
yeah.
And Atari or ET only made up a very small portion of what was dumped in the desert.
Well,
That
that's the thing.
also is not a very interesting story. Hey, look, asteroids
that's
is
not
here
an
too.
interesting
Who
story.
Well,
gives a shit?
It's funny because one of the final lines in the documentary is what anybody who stopped and thought about it for 5 minutes knew. This was just a factory dumping stock.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
And
Yeah,
somebody
last 10
actually comes
minutes-
out and says that. Actually,
last
the
10
narrator
minutes-
comes out and says it.
No, I think it's it might have been the Warner exec.
Oh, maybe it was, yeah. Well, no,
said it.
the guys that showed at the end, I mean, like I said, they said this was, E.T. was an element of a much bigger problem.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't that the game was, the whole idea of the game being so terrible that it killed the video game industry is so stupid. And they basically say that, right? But again, it
Well, they do
an hour to get
in the
there.
last 5 minutes of the documentary.
Yeah.
But they spend almost the entire rest of the hour trumping up the fact that E.T. did this, and then they spend like the last 10 minutes debunking what they just got you ready to see.
Fantastic.
I would love to see them take the good footage out of this documentary. They could build an excellent 1 hour show just about E.T.
Well, not even just about E.T. is the fall of the video game industry.
That's what I mean.
Early 80s, and you can still frame it around E.T., right? As like, this is one of the biggest releases of Christmas 1983. Why weren't people buying it?
Yeah, because
or caring about it?
some really interesting stories in there, like when they're talking to Howard Scott Warshaw, and you know, like the fact that the game was, they paid like $22 million for the license, but they framed it in such a way where they're talking to the Warner exec, whose name I can't remember, but he was saying like the whole reason that they paid that much for it is because Warner was trying to lure Spielberg there.
Away from Universal.
Right. So it's like, okay, that's kind of interesting. And then
Exactly.
the fact that Warshaw agreed to do it in 5 weeks, like, okay, that's kind of interesting because that's insane. And
Right.
but he did it. And then the fact that Spielberg signed off on it after it was done. Okay. And then he was saying there was a really interesting story in there where he's talking about how, you know, they shipped the game, and it was probably around January or February where people were coming up to him in the halls at Atari and they were saying, you know, it's not your fault. We think you did a really good job for the company, and we're really impressed. You know, you really pulled through for us. So, you know, we know this isn't your fault. And he said, I don't know what anyone's talking about. What's not my fault? You know, and that's when he found out that people were returning the game and people didn't like the game. So there are a lot of interesting tidbits all throughout the hour, but it's all wrapped up in this stupid road trip in a DeLorean and and digging in the desert for cartridges we all know are there. You know.
Yeah. But it's worth watching still.
Yeah.
It's only an hour too. I mean,
And it's free.
It's free.
I do recall, though, when I got ET, its servers did work
Yeah.
on launch day.
That's
so that
true.
was one thing in its favor.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
my favorite part about that was at the end when they were doing a whole thing about is it the worst game ever made? And of course, you know, Micah said no, it's not the worst game ever made.
But,
there was a lot more crap on it on the 2600.
Yeah.
There
And,
was,
you know,
too, by the way.
They couldn't render Drew Barrymore on the in hard.
Well, what I really liked was they had Seamus.
To be
Black
fair,
on there, who
We
did
still don't have
Trespasser.
technology that can render Drew Barrymore. that is yet to arrive.
My favorite bit was they had Seamus Blackley on there who did Trespasser. If you remember the game Trespasser.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I made the worst game of all time.
Right, that was very funny.
Except you could look at your boobs. Everybody loved
That's
that.
true. That was the greatest.
It's true.
That was the greatest
Yeah.
life bar ever.
Boob tattoo.
All right. So hey, have you heard
Hey.
Nintendo can be saved with
Oh, God damn it.
They go mobile.
purchase by Disney for $19 billion. All Nintendo needs is Disney and $19 billion.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't believe that Kuchera's actually started writing under different names.
He just has a random name generator now for all his articles.
Yeah. So we're talking about this editorial,
Nomdeplume.org.
this
Yeah.
editorial on Polygon. The headline is Disney can save Nintendo and it would only cost $19 billion, which
That's a lot of Amiibos to buy.
I think that's really true because as we've seen before, anytime Disney swoops in and buys a game development studio, it always turns out really well.
It's worked out great. Yeah.
It's worked out great for every employee of those studios. You know, I mean, all those guys at LucasArts kept their jobs, and BlackRock they're still thriving. And
yeah, I do find it funny that these editorials seem to be timed when like Nintendo has a big new successful release that like, reviewers seem to like. It's like, all right, let's give Smash Brothers a 9, but also let's run this editorial that they need saving or they're on the brink of death. Fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say to this editorial. It's like so ridiculous.
It's fan fiction.
Wrong.
fan fiction.
That's
Yeah.
what it is. Like, just pick your favorite company and say they're
Actually,
Nintendo. It'll be fun.
I wouldn't even call this fan fiction because for it to be fan fiction, the guy would have to be a fan of Nintendo, which I just don't get the idea from the text that he gives a crap about Nintendo.
Well, he wants them to be saved by the mouse. He must love them.
Yeah.
I guess so. He's like, it would be a beautiful dream if they were bought by Disney. It's like, what?
Good
What?
Lord.
Why?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of people who want Nintendo to be bought or really, really just want Nintendo to go away so they don't have to care about them anymore. So we can stop
And what
talking
would
about
they
it.
write about?
Yeah, well, that's true. Then they have nothing to write about. But, yeah.
Well, as he noted in his little article, he was right before about Disney and Pixar. So just you wait, he'll be right again. Just you wait and see, Mister. Laugh now, but he'll be laughing last.
Gosh. All right. So yeah, new name to watch: Steve Bowler on Polygon. Pen name of Ben Kuchera, clearly. So should we talk about Amiibos?
Amiibo?
Phil?
Amiibo.
I see
Like,
so many
what about-
pictures
yeah.
on Twitter of people who bought every single one.
Yeah, I saw a couple of those as well. Yeah. Did Phil? Did you? Oh! I see Phil. You've got Kirby there.
God damn it.
I got
Oh,
my.
for God's sake.
I broke. I did break.
You
my-
too.
I got Kirby.
Too.
I got
Oh,
Kirby.
wait, there's more.
I got Villager.
Oh, the Villager's nice.
Yes. And I got Link
Oh yeah, hey, I got Link too.
from the
at that.
Legend of Zelda
Didn't
series.
you,
Yeah.
Yeah.
CJ, didn't we have a discussion probably about 3
Yeah,
episodes ago about how you weren't going to buy any of these?
Right. Yep.
You've only got 2. Do you have more?
Yeah.
I have
How many do
3.
you have? 3.
I got 3. And
That's all I got.
Toys R Us was doing a buy 3 for $30 sale.
That's
Are
where I
these
got mine.
difficult to find or in short supply in any way, or can you just walk in and get
I've heard
any
they
of
were
them
in
that
short
you want?
supply.
Apparently
They
running out of
the-
them.
Yeah. You know what's it seems I don't know if actually I don't believe they're short packed because from the looks of it when they were unboxing them at Toys R Us there just seems to be like full boxes full of each individual character, but it seems like the Wii Fit instructor is selling
Yeah.
out quickly
I've heard that.
and Marth is
Yeah.
selling out.
Question.
as well. Those
Bill,
are like the two
My Toys
hard
R Us
ones to
didn't have
find.
the Villager.
Yes.
You
Oh, really?
said you saw them unboxing them at Toys R Us. Were you there for the launch?
I was.
Okay.
Well, I was there when they opened.
Okay.
I went a little bit after they opened, and the guy who was ringing me up said that there was a line outside the store for them this morning.
Good lord.
Oh,
I
really?
heard that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Some of
he
the
had not seen that happen for anything in quite a while, so interesting.
Toys R Us by me, it was there was like maybe half a dozen people.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And then there was a family of toy scalpers talking about all the various stores that they've traveled to the area looking for. I think they were looking for cars, like little Hot Wheels Pixar Cars toys.
Okay.
They could go looking for those so that
A
they
family
could
of
buy them all.
Scalpers, I like that.
It's pretty awesome.
No, it was like the dad was there and he had his little kid with him, and I'm thinking, what a sad life that kid must lead. You
A
know,
bunch of
his-
toys you can't open.
Yeah, let's go to all these toy stores today, son. Yay! Now we're gonna put them on eBay. But
It's the next reality series from TLC. You know it.
yeah, yes. First,
I'm just teaching you a valuable lesson, son. You know what's better than Lightning McQueen? $1.80 profit.
They're gonna need to go to new.
you move enough of those.
All these crazy families they've been showing on television are all turning out to be like racist or just terrible people in general.
Yeah.
So they're gonna need a whole new crew.
Or
of reality.
or allowing their children to be molested by pedophiles.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love
They
every
then
time
marry.
you see news articles like that. It's like, well, of course. You know, you found like the most dysfunctional group of people you could, and now we're all surprised that there's some deep, dark secret or terrible thing happening. Like,
Yeah.
anyway.
It was only funny when it was the innocent, terrible thing that was going on.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
really
Yeah,
terrible thing.
child exploitation
Yeah.
was fine, but you know,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
now
Let's
that
not
there's
go
molestation involved, that's no good.
No. Yeah, so I picked up 3 Amiibos. Huh.
I'm gonna go back and listen to
The,
some of our past episodes because I'm
did
pretty
you-
sure I remember you saying you weren't gonna buy any of these.
I did, but
So,
you know
CJ?
what? Then they announced that.
But then they came out and they were for sale.
then
What are you gonna do?
Then they announced, that you can use them to get awesome skins for your racer in Mario Kart 8. Yeah, exactly. Not really a selling point.
Listen
And-
to CJ try and pass that
I
off
know.
as a reason why he wasn't interested, but obviously that's why he
Oh, but skins in Mario Kart 8. Well,
That's right. And stuff in Hyrule Warriors.
it'll cost
Yeah.
me more not to buy it. Stuff in Hyrule Warriors, the game you've already finished playing.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's DLC for it. I haven't finished that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Which
Which one
got,
did you get?
Which
I
ones did you
got
get?
Pikachu, Link, and Mario.
Okay.
Yeah.
That Mario one does look pretty cool, I have to say.
The Mario one is good. The quality on these are quite good, except for
Yeah.
the faces on Link and Marth, but they are small faces.
The face on my Link looks fine.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know
it looks
I don't
fine.
know if I got a good one or what, but
Yeah, it looks fine to me. It's not, toy snob grade.
I posted a
Awesome.
picture on the Twitters of my Link figure because everyone was so paranoid that they were, sloppily painted bootleg quality. But
Which they're not.
Oh.
Should we talk about Smash Brothers then, since we're talking about Amiibos?
I'm waiting for the McFarlane versions. I think those are going to be really good.
They're gonna be really dark, though. Really dark.
Yep.
Yeah, so I
yeah,
picked up Smash Brothers.
yeah.
What? Anybody else? Greg?
Mine's
Planning?
on the way.
Yours is still on the way.
I did.
Phil? Yeah.
I did. I
It's-
did. Yes, I did.
Yeah. You play any?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course I did. Yes, it's
Yeah.
good. It's Smash
good, yeah.
Brothers.
It's Smash Brothers, exactly.
It's Smash
And it
Brothers.
looks great. The stages are awesome. I did a little bit of the spectating because you can spectate people fighting online and then gain coins. You can bet which team or which character is going to win, and then win
It's kind of cool.
Gold.
Yeah.
So that was kind of interesting. But yeah, it's Smash Brothers. If you've liked a Smash Brothers game before, you're gonna like this one. Pretty much, that's about it. It's got a lot of damn modes in this game.
Well, yeah.
That's Smash Brothers, right? I mean,
Yeah.
A lot of
You
stuff.
will get lost going through the menus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Looking for different.
the menu hierarchy
It's
kind of bad.
a
Is
lot of
it-
levels and sub-levels.
Is it mostly identical to the 3DS game? Like, what's different about it? Is it a bigger game? More stuff?
There's some different modes.
There's a board game
Okay.
mode that is not in the
I
3DS
believe
game.
there's some different modes, huh?
Yeah, the classic mode is quite different in this one. Yeah,
Hmm.
there's a lot of different stuff. Enough where it's worth buying both if you are totally into Smash Brothers. And you get that 2-disc CD soundtrack. if you-
Yeah. And
Oh.
Mewtwo.
Oh yeah, and Mewtwo.
Yeah, Mewtwo
Which,
as a DLC character.
Do people listen to video game soundtracks, by the way, just in their off hours? Just
Yeah,
kicking
some
it at
people
home
do.
or in the car? Yeah.
Some people do.
I
Sure.
have
And
I
Smash
have
Brothers-
tracks for
I
video game
know
soundtracks on
people-
my
yeah.
iPod.
I don't know if you've
Interesting.
gone into the sound test on Smash Brothers, Phil, and seen that there's like 280 tracks in there.
Really? Man,
Yeah, they
that's
have like a
insane.
lot of remixes and melodies for like every single character. Yeah, it's pretty extensive.
I believe it's medley.
Medley.
Yeah, it's not a melody.
Did I say melody? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Medley.
Jeez.
Embarrassing.
Bush League. Bush League. All right, Mike. I know for a fact that your game of the year was just released last week.
Smash Brothers?
Planet 3.
Halo Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, if I could play the multiplayer in that, we would have a different discussion. But no
Yeah.
such luck.
Little Big Planet 3.
Yep.
Let's talk about it. Let's wrap.
Okay. I assume you're playing it and you love it too,
I'm not playing it. No,
and you don't love it.
I don't love it.
It's really good. I'm
Yeah.
sure you'll be surprised to learn that I like it a whole lot. I haven't played a ton of it yet. So the interesting thing is that it's been a long time since I got jazzed to buy a full price game, and then this week there were 3. So I've divided my time between 3 games and not played a whole ton of any of the 3. But the one that I've probably put the most time into is Little Big Planet 3, and it's excellent. It is. So I was a little bit worried, since it's not Media Molecule, that it was not going to be of the same caliber as those games, but since they're just sort of building on an existing platform, it is, it gives them the freedom to do some new things. If you are a person who does not like the moving into and out of the planes on Little Big Planet, you'll
Yes.
really hate this, because it does that a ton and
yeah.
does it with even more considerable depth. So you are bouncing way back and way forward into the levels. But in kind of a cool way. And one of the first little gizmos that you get that I'm going to mention, so that Phil can make an incredibly easy joke, because I like Phil to be set up perfectly for these things, is a tool that lets you suck and blow.
Is it called Mega Maid?
I don't know which one to say.
He's going to burst.
Good job, Mike.
Eddie.
It certainly
Yeah.
does suck.
I've killed him. That was the one that I was hoping he was going with. Because,
Wow, something
predictable
that
easy.
sucks about Little Big Planet. That's unusual.
I have not had a chance to play it with my kids yet, which is the way that I generally like to play the game and have the most fun with it. But I mean, so if you were to go to YouTube and watch the intro video, the way they sort of set it up and position the game, that's the way that I have always felt about these games. And I think that most people probably watch that video and think that it is a whole lot of pretentious, artsy twaddle, but
Yeah.
it hits me Just right. I like the idea that
You
it
were
is a
all about
platform
that.
for creativity. I love that, the aesthetic, the art style, everything speaks to me. Their sound design, everything like just fits perfectly in sync with mine. And I also happen to think that the game is a hell of a lot of fun with lots of things to do and lots of little neat creative ways to interact with the levels. I have heard that there are, because it is a game released in the year 2014 CE, that it has a lot of bugs. I have not run into those yet. There are apparently problems with people losing their saves. There are problems with getting DLC to work. There are problems with user-created levels.
Yeah,
I haven't seen any of that yet.
I heard that importing the user-created levels from the old games was a big issue at first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I get further into it, some of those may become annoyances. But as of right now, I'm just kind of playing the story and really enjoying it. It is a new version of Little Big Planet, just new stuff, but same kind of game.
The game trailer's review made it sound like the actual story mode this time around is much more robust than previously.
Yeah, I'm not incredibly far into it. I'm sure that having those other characters with different abilities will play into that. For sure.
That's pretty much what they were saying.
But it does seem like, and I just sort of attributed it to being on the PS4 and it having a little bit more power behind it, that the levels are more kind of littered with stuff all over the place. They seem a little bit even more intricately detailed and full of things and life and whatnot, which is also very nice. But it is largely the same game that you have played before, just with some new wrinkles to it. But the new wrinkles so far have been really fun, and hopefully the others that they add will be as well.
So gameplay-wise, the developer switch doesn't seem to have made a difference?
No, it plays the same, which for some people will be great news, and for others will be horrible news. But it does play essentially the same.
That was Sumo Digital, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. And Tarsier Studios, something like that, together. Yeah. Yep.
Sumo, it's interesting because Sumo Digital, they were known more as a racing developer.
Yeah. I haven't run into any racing levels yet, for the record, Greg.
Okay.
Even though I know that would sell you. Exactly.
It would be the guy who has recreated Final Fantasy VII in Little Big Planet.
I heard about that.
There's videos of it on YouTube. It's kind of crazy. Like it's good.
Some of the best user-created levels for the Little Big Planet have always been amazing. Like, some of the stuff people do with those games is incredible.
Yeah,
I agree.
I always I prefer the ones that are not recreations of other things, though. I like people to just sort of run wild with their own creativity rather.
I like it when people run wild and then don't label the level. This is how you get X achievement. Just start the.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Well, that was like the first 2 weeks of Little Big Planet. I mean, that people don't really do that so much anymore. And you can find lots of good stuff. Some of the user-created levels are pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, look for it when we talk about Game of the Year.
Disappointment of the year, is that what you're?
I think we can already count on that, right? Pretty much.
I don't know. We'll see. I haven't played a ton of it yet, so we'll see.
Other stuff you've been playing? Because I've been playing one of these as well.
Yeah, why don't you tell me about that one? Because I am actually in all three of the cases of these games that I'm playing, I'm kind of annoyed that I have to do the tutorial parts of them because it really feels like Little Big Planet is part 3, but it's actually the 6th game or something like that, and they're still teaching me how to do shit. Dragon Age Inquisition, the kind of tutorial part of that feels a little bit too long. I don't know. What do you think about Far Cry 4 so far?
Well, my introduction to Far Cry was Blood Dragon.
Yes, indeed. But you went back to 3, right? You went back and played
3, but I didn't get very far into 3. So I actually don't mind the tutorial section in Far Cry 4 because it doesn't really feel like a tutorial as much as it's just guiding you through a certain section of story and then this is how you do this thing.
Right.
It doesn't feel quite as cordoned off as tutorials sometimes do. But I'm enjoying the heck out of the game. I liked Blood Dragon just being able to do whatever the hell I wanted to, and I think Far Cry 4 opens up rather quickly and lets you go wild with that stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been enjoying it. I've just been running around liberating towers and bases and stuff, doing the occasional story area when it seems like that's what I really need to do next. But yeah,
How do you feel about honey badgers?
I hate honey badgers because they quite a few times while I was playing they snuck up on me and killed me.
Yeah.
Really?
They will
Honey
do
badger ambushes?
Yeah.
Honey
That's
badger
awesome.
ambush.
That
Yep.
explains the Penny Arcade strip this week.
I've been killed quite a few times by animal ambush. Either accidentally because I fired off my gun at some enemies and then there was an animal in the area and it then attacked me once I had dispatched the enemies.
These animals are so domesticated that gunfire doesn't frighten them anymore? Or
Yeah, of course.
you need to
I
give
don't know
those
if you
animals
know
a reason
this.
to fear humans, CJ.
Perhaps you haven't been on the internet very long, but you need to know that honey badger doesn't give a shit. That is all you need to know about honey badger.
Yeah, that is a great video.
I have had some fun things in this game where like the birds will attack enemies just out of the blue. There'll be like a dive bomb from the sky and it'll drag one of the opposing army men.
Really?
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I gotta play this game.
What else did I have? Oh, during one of the battles at one of the bases that I had, I accidentally threw out one of the baits. So you can throw out, grenades or an animal bait, which will
Meat grenades.
Exactly. So I threw out a meat grenade instead of a regular grenade.
I love it.
And then I switched to the regular grenade, but I turn around and there's a tiger behind me.
Oh, baby.
Shit.
And then you were the meat grenade.
Exactly.
That is always the best part of these games, just the random occurrences
Chaos.
that you create. Yeah.
Yeah, they set up most things where you can enter the area from any direction and sort of tackle it any way you want, and it's very mountainous in this game. So a lot of times you can get the drop on your enemies and approach from above, and that has been quite effective. I've found, but yeah, there's a lot of vehicles. They have an auto drive feature now, so you get on a vehicle, you press the L3. And it'll just drive down the road for you. And if you have a checkpoint set up or if you have a waypoint set up, it'll drive towards that. So you can have it drive for you and then do all the shooty shoot you want
Neat.
from a vehicle. Yeah,
pretty
it was
good
pretty
idea.
great. So I'll be playing more of that. I streamed some of it on Friday. I'll be playing more of that, I'm sure.
There, by the way, is a documentary about honey badgers on Netflix that is really worth watching.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like a legitimate, serious documentary about honey badgers, and it's pretty awesome. They are...
Is the internet right?
Huh?
Is the internet right? They just
The
don't
internet is
do
right.
not
They
give a
do
fuck?
not give a shit. They are sons of bitches.
They're ornery.
They're trying to keep one in this enclosure, and he keeps escaping, and they keep putting together more elaborate measures to keep him in the enclosure, and he keeps figuring out how to escape, and it's pretty awesome.
After each escape, is the film crew one man short?
Now, that would be even
Killing them in
better.
their sleep?
They come back, and the guy is like just missing a limb as he's like securing the paddock this time.
So how far in Far Cry did you get, Mike?
Barely. Most of these, with the exception of Little Big Planet, were like boot them up and make sure they work, and just because of all the horror stories of the past few weeks, I just want to make sure that things are actually operational for the most part.
months.
So I didn't play a whole bunch, but I plan to over the next couple of days.
Yeah. Cool. Maybe we can do some co-op.
That would be fun.
Are you
I would
playing
like that.
or
PS4.
PS4. All right. Then we can do some co-op.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm into that. We can do some co-op Little Big Planet 3 as well.
I'm not into that.
That's what you got Pete Dodd for.
I guess so. That's what you need a Pete Dodd for.
Yeah, that's why we all need a Pete Dodd.
Yep.
All right. Want to tell us about Dragon Age?
Sure. I also got Dragon Age. How do you like that?
Ah.
I did not like Dragon Age 2 very much, and
Nobody did.
heard that. Yeah, it was pretty mixed. I don't know. That Dragon Age 2 had some pretty serious problems. I loved the first Dragon Age. I love Dragon Age Origins a whole lot. I think the main problem that people had with Dragon Age 2 is it was basically nothing like Dragon Age Origins. And looking at all the reviews for Inquisition, they seem to suggest that it's fixed all of the problems of Dragon Age 2, which is great news. I am, I guess, not far enough in the game to see that because the opening parts of Dragon Age Inquisition feel a whole lot like Dragon Age 2. You are not traipsing around shit mountain like you were at the beginning of Dragon Age 2, but you're still kind of limited to corridors and fighting things in a straight line as you progress through. And, you know, again, it's probably just the tutorial part. I played the first couple hours or so, so I'm probably not to the point where it opens up yet, but I'm certainly looking forward to that because the linearity and the sort of small scale of Dragon Age 2 was a real bummer, especially coming off Dragon Age Origins. So if they fix that, I will be a happy camper indeed. I did spend a whole lot of time in the character creation, which is always the way it goes in an RPG. And one thing that they do that I think is really weird and I wish they would fix is they have on all of the facial features when you're customizing. This is a really weird thing to bitch about, by the way, just so you know. They have, so you're working on the facial features, say the nose, and there's a little X and Y axis that you move around with the right stick. And I was noticing that, you know, you move it in one direction and you can see the changes it's making. You move it in the other direction and you can't really tell the changes it's making. It looks essentially the same. So I just kind of moved all the way through. Didn't realize until the very end that that other axis is working on the profile of your character, but unless you turn to look at the profile of your character, it doesn't show you what's happening there. So, I mean, I wish that if you're doing something that affects the profile of the character, it should flip the character to show you the profile and see what you're doing without you having to manually do it.
So your character
So
looked
at
like
the
a
end,
Witch of the West at this point?
I
or-
had this
Pinocchio.
beautiful, pristine face from the front. From the front, this character looked immaculate. I had done just a superb job in creating what I think is the ultimate fantasy character for Dragon Age. Turned her to her profile, and it looked like she had been pounded repeatedly in the face with a croquet mallet, and so I had to start over again. It was not good. So that's your pro tip. The only tips I have for Dragon Age at this point involve character creation. That's how pathetically.
Oh man.
They should have
That's how
included
short
base
my
map.
time has been there. That would be cool, just like NBA 2K15.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great characters that way. Yeah.
hmm Yeah, so far so good though, but it needs to open up here in a hurry before I start thinking it's too much like Dragon Age 2 again. That's all. It also doesn't look that great. It looks okay. I was hoping that it would look better. I'm playing it on the PC and I have it all maxed out, and I think some of it is the product of its art style. It sits in a weird space between trying to make things look realistic and trying to make them look stylized, and it doesn't really go far enough in either direction, so it all just kind of looks plain to me. I don't really love the art style in it very much, so that's kind of a bummer too, especially when you're playing a game with such an incredible cohesive aesthetic as Little Big Planet 3. You know what I'm saying? Am I right?
I would
I
never
am
disagree
right.
with the great visuals of Little Big Planet.
Well, there you go.
Incredible.
Yeah.
And of course, comparing Little Big Planet to Dragon Age is one of the best, most logical arguments you can ever make.
You should be on Rebel FM.
I think so.
That's right. All right. Phil, you've been playing a lot of games, it looks like, although I'm sure some of these we could probably skip, but go ahead.
Well, hang on, let's just look here real quick. Yes. Lego Batman. Yes.
Picross E5, no.
I do have to get that, though.
Picross E5. Fantastic. Everyone should buy it.
Those are great games.
Everyone should also buy DK King of Swing on Wii U Virtual Console. I'm just saying.
Okay, so that when I saw you write that, I was like, oh, is there a new DK King of Swing?
No. It's the original one.
That's a good game.
The first one, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very good game, and I don't think a lot of people realize that.
No, I don't think a lot of people even know what it is.
Yeah. It's an odd little game. You're Donkey Kong and you swing on pegs. It's got a kind of like a Clue Land feel to it if they were to turn Clue Land in platformer.
Yeah.
And it's really, really quite good. So everyone should buy it. What else have I been playing? I won't spend much time talking about it just because I haven't played too much of it yet, but picked up Valkyria Chronicles on the Steam that came out a couple weeks ago. And I don't know.
That's good. And I hear it apparently broke Sega's predictions for Steam, so that's good.
Yeah, it's a very good game. I don't know if any of you have played the PS3 version.
It is.
But it's
a fire
quite a strategy game, yes. But yeah, other than that, I've been playing Lego Batman 3, which is really, really good.
So yeah, how is that like compared to the last one? Is it? We saw the commercial for it. My son is dying for that game, Lego Batman 3.
Yeah.
It looked pretty neat on the commercials, but
it's really cool. It's the same kind of thing as like the Lego Batman 2 or Marvel, where you have the more open world that you get to explore and that sort of thing. This one, though, you're bouncing around to different planets.
Oh, okay.
Because the story involves like the Green Lanterns and Brainiac flying through space and stuff like that. So you're going to all these different worlds as well. You go up to the Watchtower, which is like the Justice League's little space station, and you can go to the Legion of Doom. It's kind of like
There's a demo, on the PS4.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, is there?
Just download
You should totally download that demo.
Yeah, I'll do that.
But lots of like the Marvel game had Stan Lee in a bunch of the levels. You had to save Stan Lee. This one has Adam West. You have to save.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Adam West is in the game, and he's playable as well. You can unlock Adam West. And
does he actually do the voice?
Oh, of course, yeah. No, they couldn't get Adam West.
He's pretty expensive now.
Yeah, he was pretty busy.
You can hear the mean streets of Utah out there.
That's not me.
That's me. That's me, man. Crime alley out. But having a lot of fun with it. They also, Greg, and this will perhaps push you over the edge. There is an unlockable in the game that makes it so whenever you punch someone, you get the cartoony and a little like thwack or pow pops up on the screen.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Every game should have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might grab it.
Little Big Planet should have that.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah, it's your kids will like it. You'll probably get a kick out of it.
My son really wanting it is kind of helping me justify the purchase in my mind. So
do it
now.
Fun little game. I'm right here. Kill me.
All right.
And CJ,
yeah.
I see you've been playing this that I have been playing too as well.
Okay.
The Pokemon.
Oh God. No, don't, because my DS isn't even charged up. I can't. Stop it.
What level are your Pokemon at, CJ? Tell me what their traits are.
I have the first trainer badge. And,
did you really?
Yeah.
You finished the first gym?
I did, which is
I
actually
have not.
the second gym in this game.
Right. But it's the first one you can actually compete in.
That's correct.
I am en route to the first gym right now. So
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's.
What do you think? It's Pokemon,
good.
right?
I like it. I also like the intro, the bit of nostalgia that they have there, where they start and the intro is in the Game Boy Advance graphic style.
Yes.
It pans out and you are looking at a device that is playing the intro from the original game. That's fun.
Very
Very
meta.
nod.
Very
It
meta.
is meta.
Who did you pick for your starter?
I went with the water type, of course. Was it Mudkip?
Mudkip, yes.
Yeah.
I went with Torchic.
Torchic?
Just so you know.
Yeah, picking Mudkip as a starter makes the first badge quite easy. Kind of a cake.
I would imagine it would. Yes.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
yeah.
I like it. They seem to have improved. I think honestly the graphics look sharper in this game
No.
than X and Y, and I like some of the camera pans they do, like when you go to a new city.
Yes,
They sort of zoom out. They do the Assassin's Creed. You've unlocked the the tower. Sort of like zoom out and pan over the city. And
right.
that's pretty interesting. But yeah, I'm of course having fun with it. You get the experience share quite early in the game.
Oh, do you?
They have a new thing in your little Pokédex or whatever they're calling it now, where it'll give you a hint on how many Pokemon are in the area, and you have these. Oh God! Even Phil's doing it now. I'll tell you how many of them you've caught, and then you can.
It's like watching a snake eat itself.
Ouroboros.
That's right.
Up on Pokemon.
More like boring, right, CJ? Hitting one up.
Anyway, it reveals the location of Pokemon around you, so it's.
I got that. I got that little radar thing.
Yeah, the radar thing. It's good.
Yeah, I got that.
So
I got that.
that's all I got.
Very nice. It's a fun. It's a fun game. It's Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Pokemon. It's a fun game.
Pokemon.
Gotta catch him or like the song says.
Sure.
Oh man.
Is that about it? That all you got?
That's all I've been playing, really. Yeah, my wife got that Dragon Age, but she hasn't busted it open yet. So, yeah, which is good because I will never see her again when she does.
True. What do you think about doing some
I ain't
tweets?
raising that baby by myself.
Should we do a couple of tweets?
Whatever.
Something like that?
That is customary.
How come we're not doing a big Saturn 20th anniversary celebration? What the hell?
Oh, you want to talk about the Saturn being 20 years old?
Not now.
Dodged a bullet there.
It was a failed experiment. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the DS just
I
had
love the Saturn.
It wasn't a failed experiment.
That was a joke. I love the Saturn.
It's a nail in the coffin. Get it right.
Good times.
Happy birthday to the Saturn. That's all I wanted to say.
Man.
One more year and it can legally drink in the U.S.
What day is the Saturn's birthday?
20th, I think. 21st? I don't even really know.
Wow, you don't even know.
I don't care.
Look at what kind of Sega fan are you?
The kind that cared about the Genesis.
How's the next Gen 16 coming along?
I have one more game segment to do and two short informational segments to finish up.
Yes. Nintendo guy got a new episode out. I don't see why he can't get one.
On the topic of failed experiments, my birthday is tomorrow. So.
Oh.
Happy birthday.
Big 5-0?
Fuck you.
Getting closer.
Oh, man.
Hey, Greg, have you opened up your copy of Sunset Overdrive yet?
Hang on, let me check.
What?
Nope, still in the shrink.
No.
Oh, God, you really should play that.
Oh, man.
You're making the Fragile Eagle cry. Come on.
Oh, did he produce this?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You should play
Jour Un. He got the Jour Un edition.
It was fun to say that while Guillaume was on the podcast because I felt so terrible with my pronunciation.
Yes. All right. Let's do this tweet from hacker alias CTB, who says, "Howdy, y'all.
Howdy.
Favorite Mario Kart 8 track? I love the Haunted Mansion and Bowser's Castle. And is the DLC worth buying?"
The DLC is so worth
I'm
buying.
going to say yes on the DLC.
Yes.
I'm also going to say... What's that?
Especially if you spring for the 2-pack. Because, I mean, it's what, $12?
16 tracks.
Yeah, 16
Yeah.
tracks.
Okay, you've now reminded me of a story that I have to tell, even though it is a complete non sequitur.
All right.
Okay.
My
Usually
daughter-
that's Phil's thing, but you go for it.
My daughter's in high school. She's a sophomore. She's in the National Honor Society. This is her 4th year running.
This isn't
being
a
in the
non
Honor
sequitur. This
Society.
is a
She's
humble
smart
brag.
kid.
Yeah.
So I go to the induction ceremony thing on, I think it was Monday night, and they have students that are the Honor Society officers stand up and they each speak for a few minutes. And what that means, they each have a topic that they speak on, and it's hilarious because every single one of them first chose to say what the dictionary defines this term as. The dictionary defines responsibility as what? No. Anyway.
Yeah.
This one girl kept giving these inspirational quotes from Eastern thinkers. Okay, I mean there are a lot of sort of Buddhist things and Lao Tzu and like all sorts of things like this. The last one she did, she said, Tupac Shaker said, and then gave this quote, and I'm like, I am fucking certain that she just gave a Tupac Shakur quote. And probably did not realize, as she is 15 years old, that Tupac Shakur was a gangster rapper, not an Eastern philosopher.
That's awesome.
Tupac Shaker.
Tupac
Okay,
Shaker.
sorry. Now,
great
anyway,
Shaker,
about that
Tupac
2-pack of tracks.
Yeah, I mean, like you just said, you're gonna get 16 tracks. The tracks are really good. Like they're not just. That's the thing that really impressed me when I played through the first pack this week. Is like, I mean, the tracks themselves are great, but they went above and beyond, and as far as the presentation goes, like in the music too. I mean, you're getting that Mute City remix for the F-Zero track and the Excite Bike music and the Zelda music. Really, really good. That DLC is so worth buying.
Yeah, and also the little touches like on the F-Zero track, the things in the side that repair your car,
The recharge,
and give you coins in the Mario Kart 8, and the Zelda little fanfare that plays when you run over a question mark block instead of the normal Mario Kart sound. Yeah, great stuff. Really, really, really good.
And the Excite Bike track is always configured differently. It's an oval track, but the jumps are all configured differently each time you play it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So unless you're doing time trial.
And it's all been folded into the single player mode. So when you get the DLC, you actually have 2 new cups that you can play through in 50, 150, and 200cc.
Yeah.
And a bunch of new vehicles. I love the Falcon there from F-Zero. It's a cool little vehicle. I like Link's motorcycle, but I didn't like the way it controlled.
You just not like the control of motorcycles in general?
No, actually, I played through that whole game using the motorcycle pretty much. I don't know, it's just
really?
maybe the combination of that with the tires I was using just didn't work. But no, the DLC is great. As far as favorite track goes in MK8, I don't even know.
I like Moo Moo Meadows a lot. I'm not really sure why.
Now, is that a track that has meadows full of cows, or is it like women wearing moo-moos? Because if it's the latter, I'm going to get a Wii U today.
No, it's the cows.
Damn it. Nintendo fails again.
I really like the that track. The Haunted Mansion track's probably my favorite one.
That's a good one, for sure.
But I really like that Clockwork track as well.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I might have to go with Excite Bike.
Yeah,
that's a good choice.
Great track.
I really like the Excite Bike track. You know what? I was one of those people who really liked the Baby track.
That's exactly what this is.
Yeah, it's just a nice simple oval where it's completely all about speed and weapon usage, and there's no crazy things that you have to worry about. Except you obviously have all the jumps and things like that, but I think that's enough of an addition where it doesn't become a distraction.
The new Rainbow Road track, it's what it's called, right? Rainbow Road.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a nice addition. I mean, it's not really exciting, but it's kind of cool to see them, reimagine the 16-bit track in the current gen console.
Yeah.
Yep.
Certainly. A hacker alias Thorbon3 says, any Black Friday deals interest you? Also, what is Black Friday like in Canada?
Over there it's called Boxing Day, right?
Here, Boxing Day is actually when you do get the deals that you get at Black Friday down there. Although
is it really?
they do
Look at
Black
that.
Friday events here, but it's not the same thing because it's not surrounding a holiday.
Right.
Right. So
I'm actually sort of unaware of what the Black Friday deals are this year. Is there anything that is worth mentioning?
I haven't heard of anything too good. I'm anxiously awaiting what the digital Black Friday deals are.
Of course you are.
For,
Cyber Monday.
yes. But
I just don't
yeah.
want to bother going out to stores.
I definitely
Me
will
neither.
not be going out
I
to
see,
stores
I-
on Black Friday.
Yeah, I would never do that.
No.
Just watching the chaos and news stories up here is like, no thanks.
Yeah.
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 I think the last time I did that, it was for a black Game Boy Advance that came with Mario Advance 3 or whatever. Toys R Us. Yeah. But I went like at 10 a.m. I didn't go like
Oh, nice.
at 4 in the morning or whatever.
You went
they're
there for the stampede.
doing. No.
The only time I did a Black Friday thing was during the Stampede at like a midnight thing, and it was because one of my kids wanted a laptop, like her first laptop computer, and Walmart had one for like $199. So,
Were you able to?
and this was years and years ago.
Stampede
I was able
your
to
way
get it.
through?
Turns out that $199 laptop is kind of shitty. I don't know if you could have predicted that, but not really worth going out at midnight to Walmart in a thundering herd of humanity to get that.
Ugh.
So that's when I learned my lesson.
Yeah.
Yes. Hacker alias A Scott X says the DS is 10 years old. What's your favorite DS or DSi or 3DS model? And do you have any favorite DS hardware features?
Backwards compatibility with
That's a good one. Yeah. I remember when they first announced they were doing a dual screen handheld. All of the different mock-ups of what.
Oh yeah.
Like when in actuality, all you needed to look at was the Game and Watch Donkey Kong and get a decent enough idea. Favorite model. I like the DSi.
the DSi.
I was just going to say, in terms of like fit
Yeah.
and finish, the DSi is the sexiest of them all.
Yeah.
My daughter refuses to give hers up. Like she
Yeah.
has a 3DS, but she keeps her DSi just because she likes it. The sort of the
Yeah.
whatever the material is that they made
That nice
like, the
matte
feel of
finish
it is
they
really
had
nice.
on it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, it's
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
nice.
The lines on it are really nice too. Like when it closes, it's just really
really
well
sleek.
designed. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah,
That's
I wish
my pick.
Nintendo would go back to whoever designed that one. Like promote that guy and
Yeah.
like, get him to do the design on all the handhelds. Yeah.
I still remember when the DS was first announced. What always struck me is that it seemed like Nintendo didn't have any faith in it because it wasn't announced as the successor to the Game Boy. Remember that?
Right.
Third pillar.
Oh yeah. right.
Yes.
It's like, so if this doesn't take off, we can save face. But and it was terrible when it came out. Man, that original design was awful.
Oh, that was poor.
Yeah, you go back to that now, it's a wonder anybody could play games on that. Just the screen quality is terrible.
Yeah.
And, the little hand strap that was also doubled as an analog stick. In
The
many
thumb
games.
Still remember the pointer that you put on your finger?
Yep. Not good.
They did not know what to do with that thing when they released it. That was when that came out. I was sure that was
No.
their next Virtual Boy.
Really?
Oh yeah, I remember getting one actually just when I moved back from North Carolina. I got that just the day before we moved. So I played it a lot on the trip back, and I was like, this thing's awful. I'll never play this again. Like this is gonna go nowhere. Shows you how much I know, but yeah, it was the hardware was terrible, and the games weren't that great that came out originally, and
Yeah. I think eventually people learned that it's best to like put status and secondary screens down on the lower screen instead of making that like your game control area, which a lot of early
Right.
games did.
Like driving games that you use that and had a little steering wheel down there that you use the stylus on.
yeah.
Jesus.
Exactly.
Not
Terrible. Yeah.
I still
Alright,
think one of the games that uses that system's features best is Hotel Dusk.
I've never really
I
played
love
that.
that game. Oh my god, it's really good.
I have a copy of it. I've never really played it.
You should play it.
Yeah. And then there was the sequel that came out in Japan and in Europe only.
Yep. Also, another maybe slightly overlooked title that I think is really cool on the DS is Duck Amuck. That's a really good game too. The Daffy Duck one.
No, the Way Forward Daffy Duck game.
Yep, that was really good.
Yeah, that actually was a pretty fun little game.
All right then. Couldn't tell if you were
just
joking
because he
or
didn't ask. No, that game was awesome.
Yeah,
was really cool.
it's styled
It's based
after
on
the Chuck Jones
go ahead.
cartoon. Yeah,
The one
Chuck
where
Jones
he's
cartoon.
being erased and redrawn and
Oh, really?
gets pissed off.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
That's a great.
Yes.
It's one of my
Yeah.
favorite cartoons.
you would love that
It's a
game.
Yeah.
Huh.
It has all sorts of. It has little, gags and shtick where you close the DS and he's still yelling at you and talking to you about opening the DS again. And it's
Great.
very, very clever.
Yeah. That was a pretty cool little game.
Let's see if I can find that cheap somewhere.
I'm sure you can.
Yeah.
Probably. All right, we got an email from hacker alias Aiden, who...
Oh, not him again.
Yeah, the new Geometry Wars is coming out this month, and I think that comes out on Tuesday this week, actually. With a bunch of new features like 4 versus 4 online multiplayer bosses, persistent leveling, etc. What do you think of the series, and are you looking forward to this game?
I love the series, and I have paid zero attention to this game, so I can't say.
Yeah.
I played it at PAX. That was that was really the only
How was it?
exposure I've gotten to it. It is Geometry Wars.
No.
All right.
Yeah, on a sphere. So there you go. I want this to be good, but I'm not sure if I'll pick it up. I probably will.
Is it basically Super Stardust HD, or am I oversimplifying
close.
that?
It seems awfully close.
Well, I feel like didn't they already have their experiment into kind of larger, differently shaped levels with the Wii version? Was that Geometry Wars Galaxies or something like that? Yeah.
Yeah. I forget if that had that.
I don't know if it had spheres, but it certainly had different shaped arenas and sort of a semi-story-ish mode or something like that you progress through, which is weird, but it was okay.
All right.
I'll play it. I'm into it.
Sure. Okay.
Yes.
Hacker alias Rich Grisham. Friend of
Who?
the show, Rich Grisham.
Not that guy
Says-
again.
What's your favorite PS Plus game you played that you never would have tried otherwise? Mine is Pixel Junk Monsters.
That's a good question.
So it doesn't have to be a little downloadable one, just one that we got for free from PS Plus.
Correct.
I don't think I ever would have purchased Dragon's Dogma, but when that ended up being free, I played it a lot and enjoyed that quite a bit.
I'm sure there have been, but nothing's leaping.
Yeah, nothing's leaping to mind for me either.
Yeah. I feel like I should have done some show prep on this.
Yeah.
You guys are terrible.
Whatever.
You know what?
I'm already over it.
Sleeping Dogs, probably.
That's a good one.
Let's say Sleeping Dogs.
It's a hell of a good game.
Sleeping Dogs is really fun.
Yeah.
Better than that Saints Row
Sleeping
crap.
Dogs.
What are you, like 38?
It's true.
You have to be 28 to like Saints Row.
Mwah, mwah.
Let's do one more tweet while I have a
So if you have a co-host there.
co-host. Yeah. Let's do this one from Hacker alias RWebA, who says, "What was the buggiest game you have ever reviewed?"
Ooh.
Oh, jeez.
Uh-oh.
She's a princess.
Your co-host is
course.
incredibly giggly.
Just a little. She really likes the question about buggy games.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it would seem.
Buggy games.
Buggy games. I had to. It was a a Lego Star Wars game for the DS, and I forget which one it was. It was one of those early Lego Star Wars games, but it was a mess. And it was the final retail version too. It wasn't just like an early ROM or anything, but like there would be areas you'd go through a door, and all of the textures would disappear, and you're just in a black void. There was
That's
one.
not good.
No. There was one part I was pretty early in the game, maybe like 3 or 4 levels into it, and I was just sort of walking around the hub area, and I bumped into a table and was instantly transported to the final battle in the game, like you're fighting Darth Vader or something. So
Yeesh.
I walked through a table right into the last stage.
Easiest game ever.
Yeah, I beat it. I certainly finished the game.
I don't remember a specific buggy game, but one game that I was reviewing for 1UP, I had to return the 360 debug unit 3 times because it red ringed. I had to have it replaced 3 times in the course of reviewing one game. Yeah, that was pretty fun.
Man.
I don't really remember any
No,
Good.
buggy games.
Really?
Yeah, because you thought Bubsy 3D was fine and dandy.
it's true.
Yeah.
Climbing back to the top.
Ain't
Well,
nothing
the
wrong
trick-
with this game.
The trick there is you
remember
need to
that.
play the game before you know if it's buggy or not.
I'm sure.
Oh, that's probably true.
I'd say
Oh.
maybe like I can't remember any specific bugs, but I would say maybe Tomb Raider, one of the later Tomb Raider games. I can't remember the name of it. Is the one where you played if 4 different stories. One was you played as young Lara Croft. It was the first time they did that. But anyway, I mean, as those games went on, when they were releasing them year after year after year, they were just getting more and more unstable every year anyway.
Mm,
Kind of like Assassin's Creed now.
Mm.
indeed.
Uh,
All right, I think that's all. I think that's it.
Not it? Not it?
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Covered everything.
In depth. In excruciating detail.
Yes.
Covered everything. In
Exactly.
mind-numbing detail.
All right, and that is our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. If you have a question for us or would like to comment on something that you heard, you can direct that to @P1Podcast on the Twitter, or you can go to our internet website at player1podcast.com, where you'll find all the ways to contact us, all the show notes from all the episodes, Generation 16 stuff too, and a message board where you can discuss this episode with us and our other listeners.
If you'd like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you can do so by visiting player1podcast.com or by going to the iTunes Music Store. While you're at the iTunes Music Store, you can also invest $1.99
Cheap.
to pick up the Player One Podcast iPhone application. It gives you one-touch communication with us via the emails, the Twitters, the what-have-yous. It does have all of our episodes ready to stream right to your listening device. And hey, Android cell phone telephone users, the Player One Podcast iPhone application is available for your listening device as well for that same $1.99.
Also cheap.
Also, cheese.
Wow.
And you can find that right over there in the Amazon Android Marketplace. We are also on Stitcher.
Yes.
You can also watch us on the YouTubes. Just go to youtube.com/P1Podcast. You can go to Facebook and like us. And, yeah, you can watch us live most weeks on the YouTubes. So just follow our Twitter account to find out when we will be broadcasting our next live show. CJ,
Yeah,
thank you
sure.
very much.
Yeah.
Greg,
You know what, it occurs to
Yo.
me. Oh,
what?
it occurs
It
to me that
occurs
we
to-
got to figure out
something
what,
occurs to CJ.
Oh, wow.
what song we got to do for the holidays, huh?
That's usually up to Mike.
Yeah, just throwing it out there.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mike's clearly has a plan.
He's almost got the script written.
Yeah. Greg,
Yo.
thank you.
Thank you, Phil.
Just as I'm writing the lyrics for the song, I probably should ask, what is your official stance on blasphemy?
Oh, I'm
Blast
fine
for
with
you,
it.
blast for me.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Actually, that's not relevant, but I just wanted to see your reaction. Bunch of godless heathens. That was
Whatever.
the reaction.
Yeah, pretty much.
Great.
Blasphemy, you know.
I hope you'll also keep pornography out of
No,
Thanksgiving.
we really are the blasphemous.
Well, I mean, Thanksgiving is the traditional pornography holiday. I don't know how you keep it out of
I
Thanksgiving.
don't know.
Yeah.
That is the advice, though.
Hey, Mike.
All those turkey legs.
I heard
Hey,
real men
Mike.
bring women to Jesus, not back to the bedroom.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. You're supposed to be Jesus' wingman. Yes, Phil.
May God bless you.
By the way, I am not.
Yes?
I'm not 50.
No.
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 What do we hit the
48.
big 4-9?
No. Tomorrow
48?
I'll be 44.
44.
44.
You've said you were 44 for like 8 years now.
Yeah, when we met you, you
Yeah.
were 44. What's going on?
Yeah.
Come on.
Don't make me tell you to fuck off again.
All right, I've been turning 29 for the past 18 years.
Hey, Mike.
Sir,
Happy birthday, Mike.
Yeah.
thanks.
Happy birthday.
That seemed,
Thank you and happy birthday.
Just seemed remarkably heartfelt. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
that.
That's why I'm here.
Great.
Next week?
Aw.
Yep.
Next week?
Yeah, I think we could do one.
Okay.
What else are we going to do?
Thanks. I mean, it's only Thanksgiving next week.
Oh yeah,
Now,
next
if you're
week is
Canadian,
Well, true.
Yeah,
We-
I don't even
we'll
get to
figure
use it.
something. We don't record on Thursdays.
That's true.
Much like Walmart, we are open on Thanksgiving.
Mm.
terrible.
Mm.